Sheila in the Gangsta Goodies Kitchen. I know, right? It's been a long time since I had a guest, and I cannot wait for you all to meet this young lady. And so take a look at some of the work that she does in the community. Okay, y'all, you see my guest, you see what she's doing in the community. Can you tell everyone your name?
My name is Shanelle Smith, and I am the founder of HBCU Walking Billboard.
Okay, now some people may go, okay, HBCU, y'all know what that means, right? I know y'all do, but just in case they don't.
I got it.
Yeah, okay.
Historically Black colleges and universities.
And so, Walking Billboard, so what does that mean?
So basically, this is an organization, but it was birthed out of this really organic movement where we wore t-shirts to represent the various HBCUs to just bring about awareness of their existence, spark conversation, help young people become more familiar, be like a billboard to the community.
I love it. Now, y'all, we're going to make some crab cakes, and we're going to learn more about Shanelle, the work she's doing in the community, and the HBCU Walking Billboard. So, let's get into this recipe. First, y'all take a quick look at the ingredients. Here are the ingredients for today's crab cakes. We've got some fresh crab meat. We've got celery, panko, salt, Worcestershire, eggs, Dijon, mayo. We've got a little Old Bay, some paprika, and fresh parsley, y'all. Okay, so you got your recipe, you got your ingredients, you know what we're using today, right? So the first thing we're going to do, Shanelle, is we're gonna mix in this bowl our wet products, our wet ingredients. And so that's gonna be the eggs. And so if you want to, I'll move this out of your way, give you some room over here. And so if you want to crack those and put those in there.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, I struggle with shell. I'm going to be honest about that. It might be a floater.
Okay. Hey, we'll be all right. It ain't going to kill us, right? Now, when you are mixing an egg, do you like a whisk or a fork?
I like a fork.
Okay. Yes. There we go. So I'll let you go ahead and kind of whisk that and mix that all up.
Yeah, the ancestors was with me on today because it ain't a shell in
it
there.
Ain't a shell? Yay! I love it. Then we're going to add the mayo. Okay. So that's just like 2.5 tablespoons of mayo.
I'm going to use this fork?
Yes, absolutely. Now, y'all, I'm not talking about salad dressing. I'm not talking about Miracle Whip, sandwich spread. We're talking about real mayo, y'all, okay? So whatever brand that is you like, make sure it's real mayo, okay? Now, and I'll tell you this, and I hope he's watching, Marvin Lyman, okay? So I never mix my wet ingredients first. I always just kind of put it all in there together, put the crab meat in there last. But a couple years ago, he was on the show, and he showed us how to make crab cakes.
Really?
Yes. And we're going to make that his tartar sauce, too.
Ooh.
Yes. So when we come back and we're tasting it, we'll have that tartar sauce. Okay, so now we have some Dijon mustard. Okay. That is like a tablespoon and a half of Dijon. I probably should have brought a spoon over here. That would have been easier to get that out, but
I'm getting it.
Okay.
A little scoop.
There we go.
Can I stack these?
Yes, absolutely, yes. Okay.
It's just disappearing in there.
It is. It is. So then we have a little bit of Worcestershire. We're going to go ahead and pour that in there. Little Worcestershire. We're going to throw in now this is like 1/4 cup of finely chopped celery. Okay. And so, because we don't put a whole lot of stuffing in, in our crab cakes. We don't want them to be like more bread than meat, y'all.
Yeah, we want the good stuff.
We want the real stuff. So I'm going to turn this down low. And now, Shanelle, I have either broiled them, because we're going to use this to scoop them up, you know. I've either broiled the crab cakes, or today we're just going to put them in the cast iron skillet. 3 minutes on each side. They'll be ready to go. Yes. So now we're going to put in the breadcrumbs. This is a 1/2 cup. And go ahead and mix those in.
It sounds good. It sounds like it's going to taste good.
Yes. Then we have some obey seasoning. Can't have crab cakes without a little obey.
That's the obey.
And then we've got a little paprika as well.
Oh, now it's pretty.
Yes. Look at that. And then we got just a little bit of salt.
Yeah.
We want to use all of it. There we go. A little bit of salt.
That's fancy salt. Is that pink Himalayan?
It is.
Fancy.
Yes.
That ain't no Morton.
No. Now, you guys have to tell us how you like your crab cakes. Now, I'm going to let you all see what that looks like so that you can kind of have an idea as the recipe, moves forward. You have an idea what that looks like. Okay, y'all. So that's what it looks like. We've got all of the wet ingredients mixed in there, okay? And the last thing we're going to add is fresh parsley and the crab. So now we have our parsley we just added in there.
Come on, color. How I get makeup on my finger though?
Here's
That's
quite all right, So now we get to put the crab in.
I'm excited.
There we go.
This big old pretty, beautiful pieces of crab.
And so we kind of just fold the crab in.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. And so I always just take, this is like a 1/2 cup, measuring cup. Turn that. There we go. Now, normally what you would do is you would measure these out and you would let them sit in the refrigerator for 30 minutes to an hour.
Does that just make them firm up?
Make them firm up.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many crab legs did you?
A pound.
Okay.
Yes, did a pound. Now, what we're gonna do? That's pretty high. That's about where we want it to be as far as heat. So I'm just gonna take the spatula. Y'all see that, y'all? Uh-oh. A little piece fell off. And we're just going to put it in there.
It sounds like it's about to be good.
Yes.
Sizzle.
Yes. Make sure I don't lose a little piece this time. Okay.
Will all 4 of them fit in there, you think?
I'm going to put one more.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we're going to let those cook. Look at that, y'all. Look at all that crab meat. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to let you guys see what that looks like in the skillet cooking. And then when we come back, we're going to be tasting these babies. So we got these crab cakes doing their thing, y'all. 3 minutes on each side. And when we come back, we're going to sit down. We're going to taste these crab cakes. And we're going to learn more about Shanelle and the HBCU Walking Billboard, y'all. Yeah. Cheers. Yes. Hey, y'all. We are back. And we're going to taste these crab cakes that you made.
Birdman hand rub. I'm so excited.
Yes. There's a spoon over there. And yeah, grab yourself one.
So it's perfect.
And a little lemon, if you want a little lemon.
Wow.
And then some tartar sauce, just a little. Now I didn't put any heat in it. I know now you like a little heat, but
Spicy.
I would have put some in there because I like it a little spicy too. Yes.
It's kind of over here.
Yes.
Make it cute, look cute. Get
There
my
we
Play-Doh.
go. Yeah. Yes.
That smells good.
Yeah, it does. And you know what? It's mayo, Dijon mustard, a little red onion, fresh squeezed lemon, and dill. That's it.
Easy.
Very easy. Yes. Okay, so let's
Am
taste.
I squeezing this?
So sometimes what I do is taste it first
Okay.
and then see if I need the little extra zing from the lemon.
Okay.
Yeah. And oh my goodness, look at all that crap.
Flaky.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Because I knew it was going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
And it is. Confirmed. Mm-hmm.
So I think I do need a little zest.
I'm going to do tartar and then zest.
Yes. That tartar sauce.
It's really light.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh my goodness, y'all.
I can't even wait to go home and make them again. It's going to be so delicious.
Boop.
Got me in here feeling like I'm really able to do something right
You
now.
can. You did it. You did it.
This is gangsta.
Yeah, I love it. Yes, I'm glad you like it. Yes. Okay. I know I want to eat more, but I want to, because I know I got to get you. Yes, get you out of here. So one of the things I always ask everyone is if you could share a fond memory, or maybe it's something that your family, a tradition, or something around food, that evokes happy memories, maybe it's a recipe, that your mom shared with you, or something like that. And so it could be funny, it could be whatever, just, I like for, just to kind of take people back, so you can, because sometimes we forget how important this process right here is.
Yeah.
And what the value that we gain in our lives from it, and so if you could share something with us.
So funny stories. My mother was not the best cook early on.
Okay.
So she had me pretty young, and my granny was a beast in the kitchen.
Okay.
And so she, would always say, I've been cooking since I was 9. I can basically conquer the world.
Mm-hmm.
But the dishes that really stand out to me that I have maybe carried forward into my own family, where other people are just like, this is delicious, etc.
Mm-hmm.
It would be my granny's spaghetti. It is the most...
Wow.
It doesn't taste like traditional spaghetti. Traditional spaghettis have kind of a sweet taste.
Okay.
Hers is way more savory, a lot more spice. It's just
okay.
It's blackened.
It's
just blackened spaghetti.
I love it.
I
want some of that.
It's a banger.
Nice.
And then we used to have Christmas brunch.
Before
my mom passed away, and that was her thing. She was the breakfast connoisseur, and the biggest hit every year was her quiche. And so she would try different quiches every single year. And I've always been really afraid to try them because she also used to make this really amazing pumpkin roll. I burned it the first Thanksgiving after she passed, and I had a whole meltdown in the kitchen. So I was like, I'm not touching my mom's dishes anymore. But I tried the quiche probably 3 or 4 years ago, and I've mastered it. It's she was upon me.
Yes.
I've tried a couple of variations of hers. So she made an all meats one, an all veggies one.
Okay.
She made a super spicy one. And then the last one would probably be my grandmother's peach cobbler.
Okay.
I think that all of us were concerned when she got sick, who gonna make the cobbler though?
Right. Right. Come on, for real.
We love you,
real.
Granny. We gonna miss you, Granny. Check both them boxes. Well, what about this cobbler though?
Yes.
She made sure that we were left here with really good instructions, and I would say the last 3 years I've truly mastered it. I feel like her when I get the compliments. I feel like her. Like she used to just be like, "Oh, it's nothing," and this is just what I do, and I'm like, I got it. Like I did my Granny's cobbler.
Yes.
So yeah, those
Yes.
would be our big three.
Okay.
Say spaghetti,
Aw.
quiche, and cobbler.
And the cobbler.
Mhm.
Nice. Thank you for sharing that. Yes. Now, Shanelle, tell Kansas City. I know most of you guys already know, but for those who don't know, where you grew up in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Okay. And what high school did you go to?
I went to Lincoln Prep.
Okay.
We were pretty transient. My mom and stepdad just, struggled. And so we moved quite a bit. So I say the city is mine. I lived everywhere. I'm not confined. So yeah, we moved probably about 12 or so times before I graduated from high school.
Okay.
But Lincoln was always home.
Okay.
So I went there 6th grade through 12th grade. My mom graduated from there. My dad, my grandfather. My husband and myself both graduated from there.
Wow.
And now our oldest son is there as well.
Wow. Y'all got a whole Lincoln legacy
It's a
going.
legacy, the lineage.
I love it. Nice. And so what about college? Where'd you go?
I went to Fisk University in Nashville, Tennessee. It's a pretty small liberal arts college. Nashville is very similar to Kansas City, a bit more progressive in terms of like for young people, the younger adult. The scene is a lot more active. But size wise and just like level of comfort, it was a lot like home.
Okay.
But the campus itself, I tell people this all the time, and it might sound crazy to the less spiritual, but when I stepped off that bus at 15, I felt something physical, and I knew that was the school I wanted to go to. So I did everything I could to get there.
Wow.
And I got there. And it's crazy how it kind of came full circle. My mom had been accepted. She'd gotten a scholarship. She got pregnant with me. And so she stayed home to raise me. And then, bam, 17 years later, I'm at that same space. And I go to that school. Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty divine.
That is. Divine. That is. Yes.
You look back on stuff like, okay, I see you.
Absolutely. Now, when I was going to school, I don't remember assistant principals being young and pretty and savvy and all of that, okay? They just seem to be, kind of older and cranky looking. And, I mean, y'all, look at her. She is an assistant principal at Southeast, correct?
At Southeast. Those are my babies.
Wow.
Hey, Nights.
Look at you. That is amazing.
And you know what? They keep me young. Like, I want to be as relevant as possible while also just maintaining my own generational space. Like, we were the generation before you, reminding them that it ain't nothing new under the sun. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing I ain't seen before. Let's be very clear.
Yes.
But then just kind of loving on them from their space, trying to develop an appreciation for some of the things that if we get too far away from, the disconnect grows.
How do you balance all of that? Because you have your own family.
Oh, yeah. It is... I would just say it's divine. Like, there are mornings I'm like, how did I get through the week? There are days I'm like, grateful for the inset or the insert of some support I didn't even know I needed. I feel really blessed. I just had a birthday. Last week I turned 40. And
I told y'all she was, look at her, y'all.
But I realized on that birthday, like, all that I have is right in front of me. I think that in my 30s, I spent some time chasing.
Yes.
And, I know for a fact that our young people are faced with a lot more than we could have ever imagined. Their struggles are different. They have a lot more convenience, but they struggle with the consequences of that convenience. Is kind of how I view it. And so I try to be really understanding, first of all. I try to be super introspective. Like, I know me.
Right.
And I know really well 16-year-old me. So I understand that sometimes the sass is unintentional or the verbiage wasn't meant to be disrespectful. And we just kind of talk through those things.
Yes.
We talk through space too. Like, I have an approved list of words that my kids can say.
Okay.
If they're angry and they need to come in my office and let that off, they can.
Okay.
But it's certain words, like, just out of sheer respect, don't say that.
Don't say that.
I mean,
right. Yeah.
I know you say it, but I don't want to hear it.
Right.
But even just giving them that level of freedom.
Yeah, and a safe place.
And respecting them as young adults. Like,
yes.
There was a time generations ago where by the age that my babies are, they would be having families. You know, so there is something to be said about where they are developmentally.
Yes.
They're not children anymore.
Yes.
And I say that all the time. One of the biggest things I express in my building is, well, two. First one is I don't argue with kids.
Right.
They'll repeat it. There'll be a new kid coming in, they don't argue with me. The kids will say, Miss Smith don't argue with kids. I don't argue with children.
Yes.
But the second one is you have every right to be angry. You never have a right to be disrespectful.
Yes.
And that's just owning their space. You know what I mean? Like you get to be mad. Yeah. You get to be mad. You come in here and cuss all about it. Tell me all about it.
Yes.
But once it's said and done, if your actions in that moment of anger were disrespectful, then we got to address that. That's not okay.
That's not okay.
And I think that when kids feel seen and they feel heard, it changes the game.
Okay. Can I bring my 14-year-old granddaughter to your house?
Indeed. Indeed.
Woo!
I speak their language a little bit, right? Teaching them ownership. Because I tell them all the time, too, you're not perfect. I'm not perfect.
Well, being an educator and then the HBCU Walking Billboard. Tell us about that.
So HBCU Walking Billboard is a nonprofit organization whose primary aim is to promote awareness of attendance to and graduation from historically Black colleges and universities.
Okay. Now, for those who may not really understand, why is that important for us?
So it's super important in Kansas City because most HBCUs are located in the South and the East of America.
Okay.
We are in the Midwest.
Yes.
And so our proximity to the schools automatically puts us at a setback for the awareness aspect of our mission.
Got it.
Our students are typically drawn to spaces that they are familiar with.
Okay.
And so being in Kansas City, that's MU, KU, K-State, UCM, UMKC, which are all fine and reputable institutions. Hey, get it, girl. You better rep. But yeah, so they're fine. They're reputable. But for some students, they're not their ideal fit. And what HBCU Walking Billboard seeks to do is expose students of all races, creeds, and nationalities in Kansas City to these historically beautiful institutions that might just have that missing piece. Yes. The thing that maybe says, I don't even think I want to go to college, you know? But maybe you don't want to go to college because you don't see yourself as a part of the college conversation. Right. You step onto a campus like Fisk, Clark, Morehouse, or even smaller ones like Philander or Langston. You get on these campuses and what you realize is like, hold on, like everybody kind of looks like me. And my professors kind of look like me. And what they're teaching me is like talking about me or my community. Yes. And so what I found on my campus was my voice, my identity. And I really got immersed in what it meant to be Black in America. Yeah. Students from all walks of life can benefit from the information that we provide. Absolutely. How can people get involved? You know, because you're a nonprofit, that means there's fundraisers. We ain't got no money. Right. Yes. And so how can people get involved? Oh, there are lots of ways. Okay. So we actually did a Support Saturday series with some really short videos on our Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Okay. To show people ways they could support us for free. Because sometimes people hear nonprofit and they're like, they begging for money. Right. We are. Don't trip. We always are. Don't get it twisted. But there are other ways to support us that really don't tap into your pocketbook. Yes. So one really quick way to support us is to follow us on socials. Okay. And tell everybody your social. And we'll type it up there too. Yeah, so our handle is at HBCU Walking Billboard. It's just all us, all legit. With Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Insta. Okay. But what people sometimes don't understand about that is like as orgs or pages grow, they can become monetized. And so that's just another stream of revenue for the organization. Yes. So that's one way. Yes. So y'all make sure y'all follow, like, subscribe, and share. Please and thank you. Please. Yes. Yes. That's one way. Yes. Super free. Yes. Another way is newly rolling out. We have an application that we're developing for alumni and allies. So an alumni is anyone who went to an HBCU, and ally is anyone who did not, like yourself. You didn't go to an HBCU, but you support us and you believe in the mission and vision. And so opportunities to build that database of people who are willing to support us in volunteer ways. And so when we have our events and things like that, they're able to be present and just kind of move the mission along. So that's another way.
Yes.
And then let's not be silly. Donations.
Absolutely.
Donations are always a way.
Absolutely.
One of the things that we want to try to push, we got our first monthly donor. She's my cousin. Hey, cousin Jana.
Oh,
but,
so like a reoccurring.
Yeah, and she literally gives $10 a month.
See.
Like she would spend that on coffee.
How can people sign up for that?
So if they go to our webpage and they click the donate button, it takes them to the PayPal screen, and there are two little toggles, like a one-time donation or a recurring donation. If they click recurring, they can put in the amount that they want, and then once they put in their info, it'll just draft that and shoot us to us once a month. And it's crazy because people are like, well, $10, like, how does that help? And I'm like, you have no idea. Like, postage alone, that's helpful. Yes. But you add it up, and when she gets her tax receipt from us, she's donated $120. Like, that's a nice donation. So, that's one way to donate to us in a way that just kind of says, like, we really believe in you ongoingly. Yes. And then another way is the corporate match. So, we're realizing lots of organizations offer that, but that requires that their employees bring it to the table. So if you are an employee of an organization that offers corporate match, then list us. Yes. Go to the people up at the top. Tell them you want them to match whatever y'all give to us. Holler at your people, make the donations, then the company will match that, and then they'll give it to us. So that's another just like creative way where the oneness doesn't fall on the person, because a person might really believe in us, but they're like, I ain't got no money, bro. Like, I ain't gonna be able to do it. And so we want to be able to provide those ways where they can galvanize others. Absolutely. Or just kind of maximize what they can do. Absolutely. Absolutely.
We're going to put all of your handles up, and I'm going to challenge all the gangsters out there, okay? I think we should do a reoccurring monthly,
I'm feeling that.
Yeah. It's like, why not?
Why not?
Let's do it, y'all. Okay?
And it can be as low to the flow as you want. $5.
Yes.
That it helps. It definitely helps. And we're growing. So, whatever revenue we have access to just really allows us to raise our platform, amplify the voices of our babies, and support them, because HBCUs are not cheap. Yes. HBCUs are not close. Yes. So we got to get mamas and daddies and GGs comfortable. Yes. Like, you want to take my baby how far? Yes. So we got work to do. Yes, but absolutely. The work ain't free.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the work that you're doing. You guys, y'all show... She's a gangster goddess, y'all.
Hey!
She is a title goddess.
Oh my God. I like that.
Yes. And a gangster goddess is a woman who refuses to accept mediocrity as if it's her final destination. Boom. While possessing a unique combination of beauty, brains, and spirituality.
Let me tell you something that just happened. First of all, I have goosebumps. Because the eye contact, you affirmed some stuff. Like, girl, come on now. Just lift the spirit. Come on, y'all. This energy in here.
I love it. This is what I miss the most. Yes. Thank you so much for sharing your time. It normally don't take this long, but this was the first one.
We was kicking it though. We was in here being super gangster.
Yes, there we go. Now we're going to play some Nipsey Hussle or something.
Period.
Yes. We'll put all of your information up. Kansas City, all you gangsters and gangster goddesses out there, we're going to go and we're going to donate. And we're going to be that donor that donates every month, because some of us may not have the resources to donate a huge sum of money at one time, but come on. I know how much I like happy hour. I'm sure you like happy hour too. We can cut out on 2 happy hours a month, and you can donate that money to HBCU Walking Billboard.
You can go and make these crab cakes.
Yes.
And have a happy hour at the house.
Exactly.
But whatever people do to support, we are just extremely grateful, just humbled to see everything unfold the way that it has. We didn't know. And now we're here.
And now you're here. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yay.
It was fun.
Yes. Y'all be sure y'all follow, like, share, and donate. Okay? Peace out, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye.